Hey guys, welcome back to the trench and our big full pull day that we have. So obviously we just got done doing our shoulder prehab. Anytime we're going to target the upper body, we're always going to focus so much on priming the shoulders, priming the lateral delts, the front delts, the rear delts, even the upper back between the scaps and the rhomboids. When we're doing a full pull day, one of the most important things is always working and focusing on posture and alignment, right? The idea that no matter what I'm doing position, whether I'm bent over, whether I'm standing, whatever the position of the pull is, that we can always lock in, right? That upper lat, we can lock in that rear delt and make sure that we're controlling the movement rather than allowing any type of momentum to take over. When we're doing our full pull, we're obviously gonna target a lot of hamstrings, a lot of glutes, and a lot of our lower lumbar, as well as all the way through our upper back, lats, scaps, rhomboids, things like that. Most important thing anytime we're actually working the back muscles, like we said, is talking about the stability of the body. The number one thing we talk about all the time here at Trench is we never want to let momentum take over the movement, right? We want to make sure that we control through the movement, through muscle, not momentum. So as we go into this first exercise, this is actually going to be a dumbbell bent over single arm Tuski row. I know it's kind of a mouthful, but it's a little bit more of an advanced lift from a regular 2-arm row, right? Or based off of just a prone bent over row. What we're going to do is we're going to set it up just like a regular bent over row, except for our grip is going to be pronated. And as we go through the movement, we're actually going to rotate 180 degrees to a supinated grip, focusing on starting the lift high, shoulder in alignment with the elbow, elbow in alignment with the wrist, and as I go through the pull, I'm actually going to be driving that weight back towards my hip, squeezing, and then controlling it on the way back down. We want to actually let that scap release and get that full stretch of the lat, and then we're going to be thinking about driving the shoulder blade back, and then pulling and squeezing through at the top, trying to hold. And right now this is going to be a big hypertrophy tempo, so we're going to look at about a 3-2-3 tempo with everything that we're doing. So once again, for first exercise of the day, we're going to start out with that dumbbell bent over single arm Tuski row. The idea is I'm going to use the bench today to make sure that I really own my posture. This is a great way, especially when you're first starting out, to make sure that you're really staying disciplined with the position of your back. You're not getting any of that butt weak. You're not allowing that SI joint to curve at the bottom. A lot of times what happens if we start having like losing a lot of strength and stability in our back or in our core, one of the most simple mistakes is guys will actually start turning that butt up underneath. And once again, that's always just putting us into a bad posture position. I want to make sure I'm always hinging those hips back, pushing my butt back towards the wall. Almost imagine like I'm trying to arc my back and then pulling we always talk about like having like a superhero chest, trying to pull my shoulder blades back and push my chest out. This is always the universal athletic position we want to have when we talk about strong structure, form, stability, mobility. Think about as I play sports. At no point when I play sports do I ever want to be here in this position going forward with my shoulders roll forward and my back rounded. I want to be in a position where my shoulders are pulled back, my butt is out, and I'm always in this good athletic position. Idea here, as you can see, I'm starting out with a light weight. One of the biggest problems that a lot of people have with any type of row is obviously it's a strong lift, right? We can use every single muscle in our back, and if I wanted to easily grip and rip and pull this thing with momentum, right, I could go over there and grab the 140s, the 150s, no problem, right? But the idea is it's not about the weight, right? It's about an internal focus. It's what's going on inside the body. I'm trying to learn how to isolate these muscles with each individual movement. So what I'm going to do here is, like we talked about before, is I'm going to start out with that strong position, that chest up, once again, pronated grip, and then as I pull, I'm thinking that 3-2-3 tempo, 3, 2, 1, squeeze at the top. I'm squeezing that lat. I'm trying to squeeze that rear delt. I'm driving that elbow back. You can see how just even holding this, my body's already starting to shake. I'm using every stability muscle in my body, in my core, in my lower back, in my upper back. I can even feel it in my hamstrings here as I drive force into the ground. Control it on the way back down. 3, 2, 1, down, right? And that's the way we're gonna try to execute almost every single lift with that slow, controlled, time-limited tension. Once again, this is our first exercise of the day. We've got to light up these muscles. We've got to drive blood flow into it. The last thing I want to do is come into any type of movement cold and just start trying to grip and rip. right, and see how much weight I can lift, because at the end of the day, that's gonna be counterintuitive to what we're actually trying to do. We're not in here just trying to throw weights around. We're trying to grow and activate muscle, right? We're trying to get our muscles to learn how to respond to lifting. Because at the end of the day, one of the most important things that anyone learns here with us at Trench is that the weight room, 90% of your results in the weight room are gonna come from how well you lift. Not from how much you're lifting, not from the intensity, not from the volume. Yes, all of our workouts are extremely intense, but the intensity comes from us pushing perfect form, perfect technique, and perfect execution all the way through failure, right? Failure is not when we can't move weight or when we're going so much weight that we can't execute the lifting anymore. Failure is when technique goes out the window. There's no reason for us to ever train a bad habit. So no matter how tired we get, no matter how fatigued we're gonna get, we are going to enforce technique with every single rep. Now you can see here, we started out in the 40s, now we're about our third set, we worked our way up to the 75s. Once again, it's not about not being able to lift heavier weight. Obviously we get heavier, but the idea is learn how to perfect the movement pattern first. Last set, I'm gonna try to take these hundreds for a ride. Once again, work myself up to this heavier weight, but my focus cannot just be on pulling the weight. As you can see, if I were to just reach down and grab the dumbbell and rip, that's not a problem. That's not the challenge. The challenge is, can I still maintain that 3-2-3 hypertrophy tempo, keep the control, time, and retention on the muscle for maximum growth and maximum strength gains, right? And then be able to control the negative and then squeeze my core, squeeze my upper back, squeeze my glutes, squeeze my hamstrings, drive force into the ground. Think about structure, stability, and control the entire time. That's where the difficulty of the lift should come from. The weight is just a tool, right? At the end of the day, a weight is a tool that we use in order to help us activate, break down muscle tissue, and grow muscle. But it can't be a focus. When we're trying to get better at the skill set of lifting, we're trying to learn how to maximize our results. The focus can't be on the weight that's in my hand. It's on the muscle groups that are working. So that's what I need to be thinking about the entire time.